opinion. Visit ucu.org to bank with your brain. For the Pepperdine Waves, they will go with the aforementioned Sitongan, point guard extraordinaire. Jayla Rufus-Miller and Malia Bambrick, both capable guards. Bambrick, a three-point specialist. She'll be joined by Hannah Friend and Monique Andriolo. Alongside Kristen Kozlowski, I'm Spencer Linton, Jerem Jordan on the call with us. And game number 2 is underway. It's won back by Hannah Friend to Andriolo. She'll give back to Sitongan. Sitongan off the screen from Rufus-Miller to the right wing.
What team's going to mix it up defensively? San Diego starting in their full court pressure man. Right off that tip, they're going to put pressure all the way up. And they'll mix it up, though. They'll bring in a zone full court pressure. They'll go. But, man, I'm telling you, one concern for Cindy Fisher coming in as I talked to her was Hannah Friend. She's a tough matchup for them because of how wiry she is and can take you off the dribble.
And Friend comes up with a block shot right there on Sydney Hunter. Sitongan quickly into the front court. She'll hand off to Friend. She'll dribble back out to the right wing. And I'm going to say that Friend dribbled that ball out of bounds. First turnover of the game. Back to San Diego.
Game plan for Toreros is to hard hedge that on-ball screen. So they're coming way up top with the helper on the screen and trying to force the dribbler to go well beyond the screen. They want to push them out, make them play on the perimeter well extended. And that is a big part of the Toreros game. Got some blood on Jordan Edwards.
Edwards reached in and was aggressively defending Hannah Friend to force the turnover. There is Cindy Fisher, 281 career wins. What a remarkable turnaround job she has done this year for the Toreros.
2-16 in conference last season, finished 10th. They come in preseason picked 8th. Some big wins over BYU. They've been in it with Gonzaga. Just fantastic. And how they finished conference play is a big reason why they are sitting at the 2 seed and able to just join us here on semifinal Monday.
Not surprisingly, Cindy Fisher, the coach of the year in the WCC. The Toreros looking for their first points of the tournament. Sitongan defending Ramos. Pollock. Now a pass inside. And Maya Pace scores. Excellent play. Sydney Hunter to Maya Pace.
They're moving without the ball, cutting through the lane. When the defense turns their heads, Pace does an excellent job of cutting right to the basket for that layup.
Malia Bambrick to Friend. Three-pointer on the way. Rims off. Rebounded by Hunter. And Hunter will control across the timeline. Right at Friend. Looking for help. Has it in Pollock. Dribbles to the baseline right. Now back out to Hunter. Sets the screen. Hunter will attack the baseline. She too is cut off.
San Diego likes a lot of pick and roll, but they'll also try to look inside on that high-low pass. Here you see right here to Brossman.
Offensive rebound by Pollock off the miss of Brossman, and it's 4-2 Toreros.
I like the movement so far by the Toreros. On the rebound, getting in there, second chance points, and a possession to go, cutting to the basket away from the ball.
Bambrick. Andriolo flashing at the right elbow high post. Back out to Friend. Cycle to Sitongan, baseline left. She'll drive into a short corner left jumper. No good. Rebounded by Brossman. She falls to the floor. Jump ball is called. Andriolo reaching in. And the possession arrow points towards San Diego.
Take a look at Brossman in there. Going across the key, but the second chance points. That's going to be a big one in this one. Rebounding the basketball, and who can create and generate more possessions, whether by forcing turnovers or by crashing the glass.
4-2 San Diego. Jordan Edwards back into the game after a short time on the bench, cleaning up a little bit of blood. Hunter will hand it off to Pace. And that weave by the guards outside the arc. Hunter into a jump shot short. Rebounded by Bambrick. Quickly to Andriolo. Andriolo, tough pass. Never had a chance, and it's easily stolen by the Toreros.
Trying to go to her teammate across 3 white jerseys. Make the easy pass. Get the reversal up top when she had a wide open teammate.
Pollock turns and fires, but misses. Rebounded by Bambrick, and now to Sitongan, who is picked up by Edwards full court.
Very different offensive game we're going to see in this one compared to the Portland Gonzaga. These two teams will struggle at times. They'll have scoring droughts. And a big part of that is because they're so strong defensively.
Sitongan, floater, short. Working hard to get that shot, can't connect. Edwards, right to the hoop. Now bounces to her left and Pollock. Pollock turns, misses again. And the air ball falls to the Waves.
Great defense from the freshman. Not a good look for Pollock to take that shot. Shot selection, so important in this one.
Sitongan. Layup is missed by Andriolo. Out to Friend. Wide open three-pointer is good. Hannah Friend.
Averages about 34% on the perimeter. That is a big improvement in her game over the course of the season. The 5'10" transfer from Sacramento State. She's made a huge impact for Coach Kristen Dowling.
Hunter driving through the lane. Flips it up with the right hand and scores to give San Diego the lead back 6-5. Sitongan. Then being pressured 94 feet by Edwards.
Guerreros continue to mix it up, going from the zone to the man, trying to throw off Pepperdine on the offensive end.
Andriolo hangs onto the ball through some arms that were stripping at it, and she scores off the glass.
Now, Pepperdine found some success against BYU in the second half in that game on Saturday. When BYU went into the 2-3 zone, they really attacked the middle of the zone, that high post glass, as we saw with Andriolo. They'll continue to do that against San Diego if they choose to go into a zone.
Grossman, long jumper, misses. Pollock battling for the rebound, and she's going to be called for a push in the back. First team foul on San Diego. Waves basketball. Foul again goes to Pollock. Pepperdine with the 1-point lead and the basketball. Sitongan to Bambrick, and now Friend, who just hit a 3 in that area. Friend around the screen of Andriolo. Good defense by Pace. Sitongan with 7 on the shot clock. Driving with the left hand has Andriolo. 17-foot jump shot is down. Monique Andriolo.
Sitongan is so crucial to their offensive half-court set because they struggle more when you have to just play in the half-court. But when she can attack off the dribble, get in the paint, they're tough to defend because she gets wide-open shots for her teammates.
Pace got to the hoop, but her shot is altered. Sitongan running the break. Big foul and a make. Jayla Rufus-Milner took a...
That Wyoming recruited me when she was at Laramie, Wyoming for the Cowgirls. Didn't end up going there, but boy, a great coach. And she's a player's coach. She's got a lot in common with these players in terms of just being able to bond with them and make it fun for her team. And I watched the practice yesterday. In the last couple of minutes, she allows them to shoot the half-court shots and just keeps it light and fun for this team. And after the season they had a year ago, going 9-21 to now go 19-10 with a lot of the same players. I mean, they didn't have a ton of transition with young players coming in, but phenomenal job she's done. Our conference awards presented by Shamrock Office Solutions, delivering Ricoh digital copiers and IT solutions to the Bay Area for over 19 years. Maya Pace makes the first free throw. And while we have a moment, let's check in with Jerem Jordan to get an injury update on Jayla Rufus-Milner.
While we went to break, Jayla walked gingerly off with some help from Hannah Friend, went behind the Pepperdine bench and tried to walk it through. She was holding her right hip. She's currently in the tunnel with the trainer, and her hip is being worked on, doing different stretches to try and loosen that up.
All right, thank you, Jerem. We hope that Jayla can return quickly. It's an 11-8 lead for the Waves over the Toreros. Sitongan off some pressure. Step back jumper is short. And Edwards. Entry pass. Good move inside and finish. Strong hands from Leticia Soares.
Soares, 6'1", got good presence, and they're very strong players. Pepperdine had a really hard time with limiting her inside in the 2 regular season meetings. She just ate them up in there because she's so strong. Very good at gaining that low post block territory.
It's a 1-point Pepperdine lead. It was as high as 5. Hannah Friend called for an offensive foul as she barrels over Pace.
Help side rotation. Watch her rotate. Get there in time. She's out of that restricted area. Excellent job from Maya Pace, the 5'11" junior. And you got to keep your head on a swivel defensively. You've got to get in that eye. You got to know where your man's at, but also see the ball.
There is Jayla Rufus-Milner back in the game. She'll have a bruise to talk about tomorrow, that's for sure. But again, San Diego, Pepperdine, and now Portland, 3 teams all competing for a spot in the big dance. Paige Fesky in that scrum picks up her second personal foul, shakes her head in frustration.
She's a spark plug off the bench. Defensively, offensively, massive gain. When they were flat offensively against BYU, she came in off the bench, 9 points in that game.
3-second violation. And it'll be Pepperdine basketball.
Much slower pace than what we saw in that first semifinal, and these teams content to work it in their half court and really settle in their defensive set.
Sitongan backs it out, defended by Pace. And the pass is deflected and stolen. Patricia Brossman, of all people, is ahead of everybody, and she misses the wide open layup. The putback is good from Sydney Hunter, so the Toreros able to eventually pay off that turnover.
If you watch them defensively, they have great rotation. Help side is there in time, and then the second line of defense is there. They want to push when they get these live ball turnovers.
A wild last 30 seconds. Sitongan slips, that ball goes out of bounds, and the Toreros will take it over, up 12-11, 2:20 to play. This is exactly the type of game that San Diego plays and wants.
Well,
sloppy, hard-nosed defense, lots of turnovers.
Low-scoring game will play in their favor, and they want Pepperdine to get frustrated with their defensive presence and pressure. Pepperdine needs to take a breath and just settle in, get into their half-court set when they're on offense.
6-0 San Diego run. Soares muscling inside, that time through too much pressure. And the rebound is collected by Jada Rufus-Milner. My apologies for mistaking her with Jayla Rufus-Milner, who had the injury. She is on the end of the bench. Her sister Jada is into the game wearing number 3. Andriolo to Hannah Friend.
It's another set of those identical twins, 3 for a loop, that we've seen in the WCC. 2 sets that play for Gonzaga.
Ball knocked out of bounds in the San Diego transition. 1:32 to play in the first quarter.
Pepperdine is shooting the ball at 42%, so not a bad percentage when they're getting looks, but at times taking 4 shots. Shot selection has to be on point.
The 5 turnovers that the Toreros have forced don't help either. Edwards back into Soares. Through 3 Pepperdine defenders on the baseline. Leticia Soares
just muscling her way through the 3 defenders and then finishing underneath the rim.
Sydney Hunter retreating down the floor, ties up Malia Bambrick. Physical play between the Waves and Toreros early. San Diego on an 8-0 run to lead by 3 with 1:10 to play in the opening frame.
And these games can become really long, as we talked about. Because of the defensive presence of both of the teams, it's going to be physical. We've already seen that early, but keeping your head mentally prepared and mentally focused when you're battling in there and when you're tired.
Friend to inbound baseline right, goes quickly to Andriolo and gets it right back. Andriolo from Friend. Cross court to Sitongan. Will set a screen for Barber now. Sitongan still searching for her first points. Physicality of the San Diego defense just really frustrating Pepperdine over the last 4 minutes.
And that hard hedge up top, they're doing a good job. That time Sitongan split it, but then you still have that help side in the right spot at the right time, contesting every shot by Pepperdine.
Deja Battle will check in for Pepperdine, replacing Hannah Friend. Jordan Edwards controls at the point for San Diego. Soares, why not? Really working hard down low, takes it to Andriolo. And earns a trip to the free throw line.
She's able to face up her hips and her shoulders to the passer. And anytime a post player works that hard to gain good position down low, give her the basketball. She's got strength in there. Right now they're opting to play her one-on-one on that possession. We've seen her triple team, double team, and this is what she's used to against Pepperdine in the regular season. Similar game plan.
First free throw is up and no good from Soares. She'll have one more. This to make it a 9-0 run for the Toreros, and that's good.
Just enough of full court pressure to make Pepperdine have to work harder, lowering the shot clock.
Reaching foul called on Soares. Fourth team foul for the Toreros. 30.2 seconds to play in the opening quarter.
I talked to Kristen Dowling before this game, and she said, you know, when we get the pressure, we know San Diego's going to pressure us. We have to welcome the pressure. We have to be on attack. And I think that going forward, they can do more of that. Be on attack. Get into the paint off the dribble.
Sitongan misses the shot. She's now 0 for 5. Bambrick will attempt a three. That's long. The Waves just 5 of 15 shooting as a team. San Diego can hold for the last shot with 5 and 4 pace. And a blocking foul is going to be called on Jada Rufus-Milner.
Rufus-Milner being caught out of position. Have to be able to move your feet, especially when Maya Pace has the ball. You got to know she's looking to attack. She is not looking to shoot on the perimeter. Perimeter shooting is not a strength for this San Diego team. They are on attack, and they want to get the paint off the dribble.
One more free throw for Pace, and that's good. It's an 11-0 San Diego run. Pepperdine led 11-6. It's now 17-11 with 3 and 2. A steal. Pace from 30 feet at the buzzer. Short. What a defensive.
Have they had more turnovers than their opponent? And right now, a 6-to-1 ratio, or 6-to-1 turnovers for Pepperdine is not taking care of the ball.
San Diego on an 11-0 run. Jeremiah, I imagine Cindy Fisher didn't have much negative to say in that last time out.
No, did emphasize defensively. You're going to hit twice with 2 ball screens, so posts. Make sure you hedge out. And then Jordan Edwards' lip is continuing to bleed a little bit. They took care of it, put a little more Vaseline on it. She's still in there.
So Edwards, wearing number 23, watching Hunter collect that ball after it got knocked out. 2 on the shot clock. Air ball goes up, and that'll be a shot clock violation. They'll need a defensive stand from Pepperdine to try and switch up some momentum here.
Yeah, switching it up defensively. I like the effort on the defensive end, and anytime that you can force San Diego to be deep into the shot clock, under 10 even, it puts so much pressure on them. They're a balanced offensive team, but not necessarily do they have a player that can create a shot like you see from Barbara Sitongan on the other side.
Madison Pollock checks out. And clear the floor. Malia Bambrick will inbound. Here comes that full court pressure from the Toreros. Bambrick to Sitongan. Quickly back to Bambrick to see how quick the San Diego guards are from side to side. Their lateral movement is pretty wide.
Hands up. They're active in the passing lanes. We did not see that 1-2-2 in the first quarter. Cindy Fisher saving it for the second. Waiting for Pepperdine to settle in and try to hit them with it here in the second quarter.
Battle holding as Bambrick streaking to the right corner. Bambrick, tough shot, nearly banked it in over Hunter. Outlet from Pace to Soares. Look at Soares run the floor. She's been the player of the game thus far for San Diego. She's got 8 points. It's now a 13-0 run.
Hitting out and outrunning everyone. Guard to post, down the floor. And then a defensive stop from Soares. This brick wall for San Diego.
Sydney Hunter is down again. Soares running the floor, and then on the opposite end, players tangled up, and Hunter really feeling it.
And take a look right here as Edwards is trying to go for the ball, and she's going to get crushed. Ashlyn Quark just making a play on the ball, and unfortunately she lands right on the top of Edwards. We've mentioned the lip that's had some blood early on in this game. It's been very physical.
See her head directly contact the floor underneath the pressure of Ashlyn Quirk. Cindy Fisher over there to give some words of encouragement. Got a half smile. Out of regard, Pepperdine basketball trying to end a 13-0 run. Rufus Milner will do so on the putback, but she turns her right ankle on the way down.
Now that is one way to do it. Create the extra opportunities on the glass. Be aggressive on the glass. Pepperdine comes in second in the conference on offensive rebounds. That is their game plan. But haven't seen a lot here in this one early.
Maya Pace. Long two-point shot. Not a high percentage shot, especially for this San Diego team.
Coming last in the conference in terms of three-point shooting. So if you're Pepperdine, force them to play on the perimeter as much as possible.
Soares with emphasis right at Jada Rufus Milner, who will check out. Knocked out of bounds, last touch by Pepperdine. 10 seconds for San Diego. 7:49 to play in the second quarter. And Toreros with a 19-13 lead.
Jayla Rufus Milner going to be replaced by her sister. And you mentioned that ankle roll. I think she may have tweaked it again here on this possession. But she's going to come out and be replaced by her sister.
So all types of substitutions happening on the Pepperdine bench now. Andriolo comes back in for Quirk. Hannah Friend is back in the game. Bambrick, Satongan, and Jada Rufus Milner now back in the game as well.
Andriolo with 4 points. Hannah Friend with 5. Those are the two post players that need to get more touches offensively. Work the ball through them on the offensive end.
Hannah Friend in some trouble. Tried to throw it off of Soares. Cannot do so. Turnover. Maya Pace running the break. Right to the hoop. Layup no good. Offensive rebound. Put back by Hunter is no good. Look at Pace come back in from out of bounds. Get the ball back, and she's fouled. And now Pace is down. And holding the back of her head.
The extra effort on the boards. They are just out scrapping Pepperdine right now when it comes to forcing turnovers and then on the glass. Back-to-back rebounds. Take a look right here at Maya Pace as she's trying to dribble out of it. I did see a lot of contact with her head. Maybe we missed it on that replay, but no doubt this has been very physical.
Okay, after all of that, San Diego inbound, baseline right. 20 seconds on the shot clock. Edwards back into the game after she took a hard hit to the head down on the opposite end of the floor. Hunter, long jumper no good. Edwards, offensive rebound. Looked like she traveled, but the ball was knocked out of her hands. And now she'll try a three that barely graces the backside of the rim. Offensive rebound and put back by Ayana Kalfani.
San Diego just doing a better job of going to the glass. Pepperdine not finding a body, not matching up with anyone. When the shot goes up, you have to find a body. You have to box out. And San Diego with a 7 rebound advantage in the game. They have 7 offensive boards as well.
Andriolo to Deja Battle. Pressure continues to mount from San Diego. Bambrick finally get it across the timeline to Andriolo and go to Bambrick once again. Now Battle.
That pressure defensively just takes you out of rhythm on the offensive end. So it takes you longer to get across half court, try to get into your set, but they push you way out beyond the perimeter. They're extending the pressure.
Foul on the floor. Jerem Jordan is here to help us sort all of this madness out. Jerem, what do you have for us?
It's unfortunately busy on the San Diego bench with injuries. Jordan Edwards at the beginning of the game, the bloody lip, and then she hit the ground so hard, as you guys saw, that she actually had a small goose egg emerge next to her left eyebrow. Now it's Maya Pace, who came off saying, I need some eye drops. She is now back on the bench. She got some in her left eye.
And she's got a player out there, number 20, Erica Martinson, who's played in 13 games, averages just under 12 minutes per game. So going deep into her bench because of all the issues and injury.
Bambrick, and that's a big jump shot. Pepperdine seemingly could not miss late in the game against BYU on Saturday. They hit so many big shots and have been so efficient, finally able to solve the San Diego defense. Jump shot is missed by Edwards, and here comes Soares.
When you get one shot to go down, it can become contagious. Takes the lid off the basket for the team. Start to feel a little more comfortable.
Bambrick, little floater, unorthodox, but it goes in all the same.
Uses the screen one time, the hard hedge is there. The second time she comes back to use the screen, Grossman was not prepared to hard hedge, and so she had an opening on a pull-up jumper.
Foul called inside. After the missed shot, Sydney Hunter upset. She wanted to foul. Malia Bambrick giving Pepperdine a much-needed offensive spark.
She comes in averaging 10.5 points per game. And you see using that double screen as she came back across. She's the sharpshooter for this team, a natural scorer. She started every game this season.
Pace got the necessary eye drops. She's feeling okay and back into the game for the Toreros. That second shot from Bambrick we just saw, she jumped off her right foot, and she's a right-handed shooter from about 8 feet away. You just don't see it.
That momentum taking her to the left, that was tough. She's using that strength to get up and over and make the shot.
Soares short again. Barbara Soares 0 for 6 shooting. Maya Pace out front of everybody. Good hesitation move at the hoop. She scores the easy layup.
Transition defense. Soares was the one that took the shot a moment ago, but nobody else helping her out to get back in transition.
Pepperdine led by 5 early. They now trail by 6. 4:50 to play here in the first half. Hannah Friend in some trouble. Bambrick will go back door to get that pass.
Defense is stifling right now for the Waves.
Friend, with the shot clock winding down, gets her own miss, and her shot is blocked by Pollock on the way back up. Pace. And the pace of play is hard to keep up with Sandy Company, and don't expect that to slow down anytime soon. They will go that way the entire game.
Well, this is how they like to play. They like to play with that full court pressure, force you into turnovers, particularly those live ball turnovers where they can get out and push in transition. A Pepperdine team that is known for their ball control and taking care of the ball. They're very good all season, but already have 7 early turnovers.
Hannah Friend back to Bambrick. Quick pass inside. Andriolo from the right elbow. Cannot get that one to drop down. Rebound by Pollock. There's Soares inside. And Leticia Soares can't get the roll this time.
Just enough defensively to disrupt her shot.
Kick ball as Soares was trying to go out wide left on the baseline to Hannah Friend, who was open for the moment.
Pepperdine, a team that likes to play up tempo. Only 2 fast break points. And when you're struggling offensively, find an opportunity. Find ways to be able to get out in front and get some easy looks. So to take the lid off the basket and half-court sets, they are really struggling to find any rhythm.
There's another turnover, and a rare one by Barbara Soares. She has 2. 3:35 to play. Before we will take a halftime break, San Diego with a 6-point lead, 23-17. Soares, dangerous pass. There you see the athleticism of Calfani to go up and get it. Now Calfani has Soares high post driving inside right at Andriolo. And that ball deflected out of bounds and will stay with the Toreros.
A lot of contact on the shot going up from Soares. Andriolo, I think, getting away with one. You keep those hands straight up. The officials really don't question it. She had her hand down and could have easily been a foul.
Pollock, no good, misses an open jumper from the left angle.
A little bit of an open door for Pepperdine when you can get a stop and get something positive on the offensive end.
Pepperdine still stuck on 17 points. Hannah Friend. Good drive inside. Hannah Friend scores.
She's so good with her change of pace and change of direction. You saw she's dribbling hard, crossing the left side, and then a switchback.
Good pass from Pollock inside to Soares, who has done a fantastic job and now has 9 points to lead all scorers. How about that seal inside?
She's good in there and reminds me a lot of Fowler. Fowler does a good job sealing as well. And Friend, last 5 points, Hannah Friend.
Hannah Friend in the double figures with 10 points.
Doing everything she can on the offensive end to try to generate, because she can shoot from the outside, as we saw right there, and she can take you off the dribble. She is a tough matchup.
Pace, step through off the glass and good. Back to a 5-point advantage.
Great patience in there by the junior. Took her time.
Bambrick in transition, spun it around every part of the rim. And then it falls out. And now a whistle on Friend, who bumps Soares, coming down with that defensive rebound.
See the switch back in direction on the 2 points. Aggressive off the attack. Nice kick to the corner. Right to her pocket. Ready to shoot. She's got her feet set. 34% average coming in from distance.
Hannah Friend with 10 points. The rest of the Waves just 12, yet they trail only by 5. San Diego has won a number of games. And if they get to 50, they've got a chance to win the game. No kidding. Bambrick from Satongan in trouble. Back out. Andriola will try a long, quick jumper. And that misses badly. Tracked down by Pace, who's going to be tripped up incidentally by Mia Sadie.
Pepperdine had the pressure on the Toreros, had them back on their heels in transition, just could not get a good look. Andriolo on a 3 is not what they want. It's that aggression we're talking about, taking the team off the dribble, trying to penetrate and get into the paint. The draw and kicks are where Pepperdine finds the most successful open shots because you get the defense to suck in.
Jordan Edwards out of pace, and here's Nicole Blake's entry pass. Soares having her way inside.
She's got court completely turned around. Defensively cannot stay in front and cannot keep her from catching the ball that low.
11 points for Leticia Soares. It's a 7-point San Diego lead. That is the large lead of the game. Correction, it was 8, now it's 7. Bambrick and Pepperdine trying to do what they can to make it a little more manageable at halftime. Bambrick for 3, back rim no good. Sadie, the rebound, and they'll get, I believe, Edwards on the back of Sadie. That is a bonus scenario for Pepperdine, and Sadie will shoot 2.
Toreros mixing it up defensively. They were in a man-to-man the last couple defensive possessions. They go to a zone, and Pepperdine thrown off just enough, but they did get an offensive board by Sadie to put her at the line, drawing contact.
Sadie drops in the first. She'll have one more. Gets the roll there. 29-24. Combination of Soares and Pace have gone for 21 of San Diego's 29 points.
This is a junior and senior heavy squad for Cindy Fisher. A lot of experience. Bad taste in their mouth after just 9 wins last season.
Swung to Pace. 3 is up, no good. Rebounded by Satongan. Under 15 to play in the half. Barbara Satongan across midcourt. She'll slow it down for the moment. Has Friend to her right. Off the screen of Quirk. Satongan with 4 and 3. Drives on Soares. Kicks out to Bambrick. 3 to beat the buzzer. No good. 29-24. Welcome back to the West Coast Conference Tournament semifinals. Game number 2 on the ladies' side. San Diego with a 29-24 lead over Pepperdine. First shot of the second half is up and no good, and the Waves trying to cut into a 5-point deficit alongside Kristen Kozlowski. I'm Spencer Linton, Jerem Jordan on the sideline. We'll hear from Jerem and first-year head coach for Pepperdine, Kristen Dowling, in just a few moments. Dowling's star of the tournament, Hannah Friend, driving baseline right, and she's fouled and go to the free throw line to shoot 2.
And this is a Pepperdine team that takes care of the ball very well, coming in just averaging 11 turnovers per game, 4th in the nation. They had 8 in the first half. San Diego's pressure defense, help side rotation, has caused a lot of problems on the offensive end for the Waves.
Friend already with 10 points. Makes her first free throw. She'll have one more. That's long. Offensive rebound, Andriolo, who hands back to Satongan. Fresh shot clock for the Waves. Satongan bounces to Rufus Milner. There is Friend with 3 and 2. Pulls up, air ball, and that'll be a shot clock violation.
I don't think she was quite aware of the shot clock until it got under 5, but have to have that awareness and be aggressive. Pepperdine is a team that is typically very aggressive. They play on attack, but because of the defensive presence, it's really altering their game plan.
Sydney Hunter. Correction, Jordan Edwards. Now there is Hunter. Gives it back to Edwards. Edwards driving. Maya Pace. Madsen Pollock on the left wing. Cycled back to Hunter off the glass. Too strong. No good. That doesn't hit the rim. And so back-to-back shot clock violations.
Back-to-back defensive battle. Trying to take each other out of your strength. Not allowing you to do what you want on the offensive end.
We should note that Jayla Rufus Milner is back on the floor for the first time since she took that hard bump on a shot she made and an and-one opportunity and got up gingerly. She is now back starting the second half for Pepperdine. It is 29-25, San Diego leading by 4. Malia Bamberg trying to dribble out of trouble. She's bailed out as Soares knocks that out of bounds. She's tangled up with Andriolo.
You can see the havoc that their defense creates because they're able to trap you and force you along the sideline or along the baseline and use that as an added defender. It puts so much pressure on you on the dribble drive.
Satongan still looking for her first points. No good. Look at Hannah Friend sky in for an offensive rebound and draw a foul. Jerem Jordan moments ago with the head coach of Pepperdine, Kristen Dowling.
All right, Coach, you took most of the halftime in there with your team. What was the message?
We got to get stops. We got to stop 15, and then offensively, we got to do a better job setting screens and attack them. Not get frustrated. Waves don't stop.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Satongan off the inbound play, no good. Barbara Satongan now 0 for 8 from the field. And San Diego in transition, unable to capitalize. Brosman missed a layup. Pace missed a layup.
Well, those are shots you got to make. You have to be able to finish right around the rim. You don't get a lot of possessions right there under the rim like that very often, but finish.
San Diego shooting 31%, 12 of 39. Pepperdine 10 for 32, also 31%. Another turnover by the Waves. And a big collision. Oh my goodness. I mean, we're talking Sydney Hunter came down full force right on
body.
Barbara Satongan. Just, and Satongan thankfully is up and okay.
Watch right here. She is just going to land right on top of her. An effort play. Nothing malicious, just trying to play the ball. And luckily for Pepperdine, Satongan is okay. Their senior leader, 5'6", all WCC first team pick this year.
Bambrick all the way to the hoop, and that one rolls in. Malia Bambrick with 6 points. It's a 2-point deficit for the Waves.
Yeah, she had her lane to the basket. Helpside did not commit. They decided to just kind of fake and fade, and I like the decision to go all the way to the rim. More of that will take the defensive pressure off.
Brossman cycles left wing to Pace. Erica Martinson will try a long three. That's no good. San Diego doesn't take a ton of threes. 0 for 3 now as a team from beyond the arc. Pepperdine just 2 for 8.
And Pepperdine will gladly give that shot up. Force them to take those three-point shots.
Andriolo holding. Backdoor cut by Friend. Short corner right. Floater is no good. And the rebound secured by Martinson. Martinson entry pass to Soares, who was fantastic in the first half. Soares has a wide open teammate. Doesn't see her in time, and Rufus Milner back down in time to take the steal. Satongan, right wing, hesitation dribble drive. To Friend, left corner three, no good. And Soares with another rebound. Creates some space against Satongan, and now Leticia will take the ball. Still being harassed by Satongan, and the pressure forces a turnover by the Toreros.
Fantastic job by Pepperdine. If you go back to their defensive set where they were able to double team Soares in a fantastic double team, take the ball away.
I was afraid to practice. I mean, who's next? Madison Pollock said, we had a vendetta, though, out for everyone who beat us last season. It was the revenge tour. We really take each win as something precious and invaluable. Every win, even if it's by 1 point, and many of the wins have come by just a few points in league play.
Thank you, Jerem. We are now tied at 29. Jayla Rufus Milner, playing banged up, gets an important bucket for the Waves.
And even winced a little bit in her face coming off of that fantastic drive and shot with that bum ankle that we saw where she tweaked it in the first half, playing through the pain. They need her out there. She's a big part of what they do. And Fesky in the game now, and she's a spark plug for them.
Satongan secures the rebound. Pepperdine can take the lead for the first time since they led 11-10. Paige Fesky is into the game. Flips back to Rufus Milner behind the back dribble. Cut up by Brossman. Now Satongan. We'll hand out to Rufus Milner again. Spinning into the lane. In trouble. Forces up a shot. That's an air ball. And now Maya Pace looking to answer for the Toreros.
Pepperdine really trying to get that isolation of allowing Rufus Milner to go off the dribble, take Brossman off the dribble and get the paint. That shot really contested. But I like the idea of being aggressive and letting her attack.
Soares hands off to Edwards. Steps back, three-point line. 6 on the shot clock, now 5. Drives on Fesky. Edwards, short, got her own miss. Back out to Soares, and the Toreros will reset.
You defend for 30, now you have to defend for another 20 on the missed box out.
Here's Calfani. Bounce pass inside Soares, right at Andriolo. Leticia Soares has been the problem that Pepperdine just cannot solve today.
6 for 10 from the floor. All of them coming underneath the basket on a deep catch. So good at establishing that position underneath before the ball gets to her.
Bambrick terminates her dribble. Now has Satongan as some help. Now Fesky. Paige Fesky with 5. Being pressured with 4-3. Forces up a wild 3 that hits off the side of the backboard. Had a few more seconds. Didn't realize. 3-on-1 for San Diego. Soares is fouled by Andriolo in transition. 3:28 to play in the third quarter. And Leticia Soares with her game-high 13 points.
All times on the court, really disrupting what she's trying to do. She loves to attack and then draw and kick and just not getting those opportunities. They're actually leaving her open. They're not double teaming her a lot on the drive. So she's contested when she's taking those shots and 0 for 8. You know what impresses me about that list that we saw a moment ago? Just 2 seniors on the All-WCC first team selection. And so majority of those players we're going to see back next year. Satongan, the senior, and Brenna Drollinger, the senior from BYU, who will not be returning.
Soares makes 1 of 2. San Diego back in front by 3. Bambrick will hand off to Fesky. Paige Fesky had 9 points in the win over BYU. Was such an important part of that initial upset win here in Las Vegas. Fesky with 4 and 3. Long pass inside, and Deja Battle does not shoot it before the shot clock expires. Jerem Jordan, what was the message from Kristen Dowling in the Pepperdine huddle?
First, she said, great job battling. And then she emphasized rebounding. They want to go 4 in to make sure they're preventing any offensive rebounds from San Diego.
All right, that is the message from Kristen Dowling in her first season. Has the Waves with a record of 16-14, finished as the 6th seed in the regular season, and are an upset away of San Diego from going to play for a spot in the NCAA tournament against Portland, who stunned 11th-ranked Gonzaga earlier today.
I like that Dowling is positive with her team. Even though you get down, you have to keep the spirits high. You have to find a way to motivate them. Give them some energy. Let them know that they're doing a good job. Just a couple tweaks.
Bambrick, step through, too strong off the glass. Calfani with the defense there. Brossman with the rebound. Edwards gets it over the head of Fesky just barely, and they leave Maya Pace. 2 Pepperdine defenders back there. Both thought that Pace was going to take it back out, and she just had a wide open lane to the hoop.
Ball is most important, especially when you are on defense. Find the ball, don't leave it. Fesky needs to stay with the ball.
Offensive rebound by Rufus Milner. Playing so tough, and you can see she's still really gingerly walking on that right leg and ankle.
Fesky, 5'4". If she's a little bit taller, she may have gotten that, but then left the basketball. She really didn't have anyone running down that was a threat on the other end, but just left the ball thinking she needs to get in her defensive position. Heads up play from Pace.
Substitutions for Cindy Fisher's team. Destiny McAllister into the game for the first, correction, Aminata Doso is into the game for the first time for San Diego. She replaces Ayana Calfani. Rufus Milner for one more. 1 for 2 on the trip. It's a 4-point San Diego lead.
Cindy Fisher has gone deep to her bench. 11 different players in this game trying to preserve some legs, maybe get a rotation that fits and works well out there on the court at one time.
Free throw ended almost a 4-minute scoring drought for Pepperdine. Three seconds whistled on Leticia Soares. Turnover by the Toreros. Their 7th of the game to Pepperdine's 11th.
Number 33, Cork, I think she's done a fantastic job here in the second half of just being physical with Soares and making her battle inside from start to finish every offensive possession.
Fesky to Hannah Friend. Entry pass to the high post, not a good one. And there's turnover number 12 for the Waves.
Ferrero's so good at collapsing on the high post and just getting their hands up, being in the passing lanes.
Soares turning into the lane. She takes a trip and a hard fall onto the court. 1:01 to play in the third quarter. Third team foul on Pepperdine of the quarter.
It's too easy. On the movement of the ball as a defender, you also have to move on the airtime of the ball, get around 3/4 to front. That time Cork just getting caught behind. And the tripping foul will send Soares to the line.
So they will give Soares free throws and say that it was on the shot attempt. What's confusing there is the ball never left her hands.
Right. I'm going to say she was in the shooting motion as she was trying to turn and go up.
First free throw good by Soares. 15 points to lead all scores. 6 of 11 shooting. She's 3 of 5 from the free throw line. Has 4 rebounds and now give her 16 points.
She's efficient in there, especially catching it down low, finisher around the rim. 5th in the conference, coming in at 49% from the floor.
Another takeaway by San Diego.
Now 13 rather, as the updated stats come in. 13 turnovers by Pepperdine, 2 above their season average.
Fesky pressuring Edwards. Maya Pace on attack, and she is fouled as she runs into Hannah Friend. They just go with so much aggression and almost a reckless abandon to the hoop. And more often than not, Kristen, it benefits San Diego because defenses aren't really sure how to handle the bull and the China shop approach at the hoop.
And that's exactly how they play, is on attack. We talked about how the perimeter game is not a big part of their game. They're not looking for a three-point shot. So Pepperdine playing a little bit more sag-off defense, packing it in, but still having a hard time staying in front of the dribbler when they're coming off that screen and turning the corner.
Second free throw is up and good from Pace. San Diego on an 8-1 run. They lead 37-30. Been a long lull for Pepperdine. No field goals in more than 5 minutes. Sitongan to Friend. Fescue with 12. Back to Friend. Three-pointer up. Front rim, no good. Rebounded by Edwards. 10 seconds to play in the third quarter. Gives to Pace. Pace to the left wing. Edwards with 3 and 2. Step back 3 on the way. Got it! To beat them.
It's only 7 turnovers. So they've done a fantastic job just being patient on the offensive set. It doesn't always come as natural or as in rhythm, but they're on attack. They're playing on attack when they have the ball.
Coach of the Year, Cindy Fisher, just suggests her team with that double-digit lead. What does she say, John?
Said 10 minutes to battle. Run like heck. Let's run in transition. Let's attack the basket. And let's get some offensive rebounds.
It's worked thus far. And a collision right there as Bambrick is hit and fouled. First team foul by San Diego. 18 seconds into the fourth quarter.
Contreras have done a nice job of keeping Barbara Sitongan in check. 0 for 8 from the floor. 0 points in this game. She's a double-figure player coming in. But boy, they know where she's at. They're not letting her penetrate like she's able to do in games in the past.
Bambrick to Sitongan. Still scoreless is Barbara Sitongan, the All-West Coast Conference first teamer. And she gets her first points on cue.
That's what she's going to have to do in this quarter. She's going to have to take over a little bit. And look at the pressure from Pepperdine paying off.
Bambrick thought about a 3 on the right wing for a moment. Goes to Sitongan. Bounce to Andriolo. Sitongan driving inside. Jumper, no good. Doso collects the rebound and will advance it quickly. Into a double team. Timeout Cindy Fisher, and that's a good call by the head coach.
You saw what was coming.
It's been longer in years since Portland played in a championship game at the West Coast Conference Tournament than Haley Andrews is old. Okay, how about that? She was not born the last time Portland was playing in a tournament championship game.
They're pretty incredible. The youth on that team, brand new coach and Michael Meek, 20 wins in his first season with the Portland Pilots. Just one senior on that team, Kate Anderson, and she played phenomenal as well to help carry that team.
Sitongan gets a hand in the passing lane. Out of bounds, 7 seconds on the shot clock. Battling there with Maya Pace. And Pace will inbound. Goes to Edwards. Edwards with 3 and 2. Already hit one dramatic 3. Almost banked in another.
Same exact spot that we saw her finish off that third quarter with a made three-point shot. The props to Pepperdine, taking them all the way down for the last second on the shot clock. If you want to get back into this 8-point lead for San Diego, Pepperdine's going to have to get stops and be efficient on the offensive end.
Sitongan trying to cross over. Edwards cannot do so. Bambrick straight away, three-point line. Now to the right. Rufus Milner back out to Bambrick. Three-pointer to beat the shot clock buzzer, and that's short, missed. Rebounded by Brosman. Has Pace. Pace quickly ahead to Edwards. She'll back it out. Into Soares. Here comes the double team. Soares skip past to Brosman. Now to Pace. She'll dribble into a 14-footer just inside the free throw line. Good shot selection and good delivery from Maya Pace. It's 42-32, 7:37 to play.
Love the patience from their scoring leader. Just took her time. Little mid-range pull-up jumper.
Sitongan is a high screen from Andriolo. Bambrick open for 3. Good look. Missed it again.
The Waves just 2 for 13 in this game from distance. And when you're trying to break apart that zone defense. You have to be able to hit shots. You have to attack the middle of the zone, but just can't quite find the range here in this one.
Inbounded by Friend to Bambrick. Bambrick swarmed by Hunter. Picks up her dribble, has Rufus Milner driving on Soares, cut off. Rufus Milner turning, tough shot, off the glass, no good. That defense for Soares, and San Diego's been so good. Look at Sitongan, however, with the anticipation, driving and does not connect on the layup. But I believe they will give her a shooting foul, and 2 free throws coming up for Barbara Sitongan. Second foul on Maya Pace after the steal.
Now she hung around, heads up play on that outlet pass. It was rushed from Grossman trying to get it to Edwards, and a smart play from the senior. Almost had an opportunity to and one to get the bucket to go down.
First free throw from Barbara Sitongan is perfect. Sitongan, very good free throw shooter, 83% on the season. Takes 2 for 2 here, and again, it's a single-digit game, 42-34.
No choice but to bring some pressure. How little time we have left.
Maya Pace. Cut off, so she has her point guard, Edwards. Jordan Edwards off the screen of Soares. Driving to the hoop, flips it over to Pollock through her hands, but into the waiting hands of Maya Pace. It goes right at the hoop, and with 2 hands, puts it off the glass and down.
Got to know personnel. You can't fly at a player like Maya Pace with the first to put the ball on the floor. Got to close out and control.
The battle for the basketball. It's last knocked out by Sitongan right in front of our broadcast position. 6:06 to play, 44-34, San Diego in front. It was tied at 29. Since that time, San Diego has gone on a 15-5 run. San Diego in no rush.
As they shouldn't be. Just take some time off the clock, be patient, really work the defense.
Brossman's pass. Knocked down and stolen.
Couple turnovers by the Toreros. Last couple minutes. The Pepperdine has not been able to take advantage.
Bambrick, a lot of dribbling. Got herself into a jump shot. She's fouled on it, and Malia Bambrick will go to the free throw line.
I like that she didn't settle for an outside jumper. She had enough space to probably pull the trigger, but being aggressive right here and drawing contact from Edwards as they're trying to work off that high post flash, high post screen from Andriolo.
Third foul on Jordan Edwards. Bambrick, 66% free throw shooter, makes the first.
This is a positive for Pepperdine. If you can stop the clock, get to the free throw line, they're a good free throw shooting team. But they have to be aggressive. In order to get to the free throw line, you have to be aggressive off the dribble.
Second. Pepperdine, not surprisingly, knocks that ball out of bounds, and San Diego will inbound once again. They have to go full length of the court with 25 seconds now on the shot clock.
And that's who they want to catch the ball. Soares forced her to bring the ball up. There you go.
10-second violation. San Diego does not get the ball across midcourt in time. Jerem Jordan, what do you have for us?
During that timeout, Hannah Friend took off the lid of the Gatorade bottle. She needed more than just what was coming out then. She's been hustling all night, and sometimes, Spencer, as you know, you got to live life with the lid off.
It's a motto I have always tried to live close by.
And that's what they hope for the last 5 minutes. That lid's off the basket. Got to hit some shots.
Sitongan. And that is a backcourt violation. Pepperdine was hoping that that ball was tipped by a San Diego player. It was not. Turnover by the Waves. That is the 15th of the game for Pepperdine. And I can't recall the last time I saw Barbara Sitongan have the same number of assists as turnovers.
It does not happen for her. Third in the nation coming in assist-to-turnover ratio. She has over 500 career assists. She's the all-time leader at Pepperdine. Defensively, Jordan Edwards, Maya Pace have just wreaked havoc on what she's trying to do on the offensive end.
Soares inside, and she's fouled. 4:44 to play.
San Diego 30-14 advantage, points in the paint. Largely attributed to this player right here. Leticia Soares has just been a beast inside. Pepperdine's had to double team her, triple team her. Really had a hard time with her underneath.
Third foul on Andriola. Soares misses the first free throw, so she stays at 16 points. 4 of 7 from the free throw line today. Makes the second. And San Diego does not back off. With a 9-point lead, 4:35 to go in the game. Winner gets Portland in the West Coast Conference Tournament Championship game tomorrow.
Red hot Portland, who's shooting the ball well. They're coming in with confidence. Picked to finish 10th in the conference, and they've made the championship game.
Hannah Friend skying in for a rebound off the missed shot. Ran into her own teammate, Jayla Rufus Miller, some friendly fire. Now Jada Rufus Miller is into the game, so the twin sisters on the court together for the Waves. Brossman will get it back from Maya Pace. Brossman apparently comfortable enough to handle it, to get it across midcourt. Quick three early in the shot clock, and that goes down for Edwards, her second three-point make of the game.
She comes in as their best three-point option, even though that isn't a big part of their game plan. 32% is her average on the perimeter, knocking down her second one of the game.
The assist from Sitongan. Rufus Miller scores, and it's again San Diego plus 10. Sitongan reaching, that ball knocked out of bounds.
Here's a look at that three-pointer. Drive and kick. Getting a nice kick out. And Sitongan on the dish inside to Rufus Milner. Both these teams, very unselfish teams. Move the ball well.
Sydney Hunter. Now Maya Pace. Hunter for three. Good again! The lid has come off from the three-point line for San Diego in the second half.
Stepping up, having to knock down a shot with the shot clock going down. Hunter gets her feet set. A 6-foot junior, not known for her range, but this was a big-time shot. Takes the pressure off the trail just a little bit more to extend their lead. Nothing but net.
Game high 13-point lead, now at 51-38, 3:12 to play. Friend throws it off the back of a defender wisely and scores. It was Pace with her back turned, and Hannah Friend gets an important two-back for the Waves. Down 11 still, with under 3 to play. And Edwards having her way in the second half. What you can't do with San Diego's trade buckets.
The guard line with the Toreros, they're so explosive off of the dribble, and you think, oh, it's all Maya Pace, but I'm telling you, Edwards has had an outstanding game, as has Hunter.
And a Friend. Her pass stolen by Pace.
San Diego now with 8 steals in the game, just being in the right spot, rotating when they need to, that help side defense.
15 turnovers by Pepperdine. Edwards out of the double team. Soares defended by Friend and Sitongan. Sitongan just rips that ball away. Does have numbers. We'll go to Bamberg for 3. That's no good. The range, the shots are just not there for the Waves.
Shot, typically Bambrick will knock it down, but you have to wonder how are the legs being
on the floor. Cindy Fisher said this team has found a way to win. The other thing is they believe they can win. And Brosman said Jordan Edwards being the hound, defending from the beginning of the court to the end. It's huge how many tips and deflections she gets. Her motor never stops running.
Cindy Fisher,
where they're going to go when they're rotating away from the ball. And so heads up, defensive effort from San Diego. This is why they've won games, why they're sitting in second in the conference coming into this tournament.
One timeout left for San Diego, 2 for Pepperdine. We're under 2 minutes to play. Maya Pace picked up by Malia Bambrick, now near midcourt. Pace, left-handed dribble into the paint. Now she'll back it out to the left wing. Pace, another start. And an ill-advised pass looking for Madison Pollock. Some more substitutions. Leticia Soares back in for the Toreros. Takes the position of Pollock. Malia Bambrick and Pepperdine hoping for a miracle here in the last 90 seconds or so.
Too much time off the clock.
Bambrick's 3 is blocked, knocked down. Pace has it for the Toreros.
Waves look like they have run out of gas. Just the effort and intensity hasn't been there in the second half.
Foul is called on Bambrick, stopping the clock with 1:14 to play. That's Bambrick's first personal foul, 14th foul of the quarter by the Waves. San Diego closing in on a West Coast Conference Tournament Championship game against Portland tomorrow. And Maya Pace will be fouled. There is that 5th foul to put the Toreros into the double shot bonus.
We heard Michael Meek talk about it at half, about, you know, facing another team that has beaten you in the regular season. Toreros swept Portland by 22 and then by 4 in the second meeting.
Edwards to inbound. That's Pace, and a quick hand check by Malia Bambrick will put Pace on the free throw line.
That's 15 foul. And a further return to the line. Maya Pace, she'll shoot bonus 2 shots.
Maya Pace, 68% free throw shooter.
She's a player in the league that gets to the line a lot. Second in the conference, coming into Vegas with 133 attempts. Behind Valerie Higgins, equally as aggressive. Does an excellent job getting there and knocking it down.
It is now a game-high 15-point lead for the Toreros, 55-40. Hannah Friend, cross-court bounce to Satongan. Ahead to Bambrick, driving baseline right. Andriola open from 8 feet, and that ball will very carefully drop through the hoop for 2. Brosman into Maya Pace, and another timeout by Cindy Fisher. As we
the first game that they played on Friday, 21 points, or excuse me, 26 points rather, and then 15 against BYU, 13 here today.
Soares dribble around trouble and be fouled. Leticia Soares going back to the free throw line with 17 points, 4 rebounds, and 2 free throws. If she makes them both, will equal a game-high 19 points from her teammate Maya Pace.
How about the minutes she has played in this game? 31-plus minutes. Comes in averaging 20 minutes a game. Hasn't looked tired at all, and she has battled underneath to really set the presence in the paint for this team. 32-20 advantage in the paint for the Toreros.
Soares good on the first and true on the second.
Done an excellent job stepping up and knocking down free throws in the game. 14 of 18 at the line.
Bambrick, desperation shot at the rim, and Pepperdine's Hannah Friend will foul. Not sure how necessary it is at this point with 42 seconds to play. I would imagine that Pepperdine and Kristen Dowling will call off the aggression after this next possession. And Hannah Friend checks out, replaced by Paige Fesky. What a tournament. Just saw the numbers. 13 points today, 54 points over the course of the tournament. Hannah Friend was outstanding.
She was the 5'10 senior. She's a transfer from Sacramento State, came right in and just made an impact. She was a leader. She's consistent for this squad.
Grossman. Sotero's up 17. Satongan still working hard. Got an assist to Andriello. League in the women's version of March Madness.
Completely changes things. I'll tell you what's going to change is it's going to be loud in here. You're bringing in a lot more fans coming in tonight for some big matchups in those games from the men's side. And already seen some great games. That St. Mary's game going down to the wire in double overtime. Jordan Ford finished with 43, I believe. 42 or 43.
42. Colby Ross had 43.
Right.
Wild.
There it is. But, man, just some talented players on the men's side as well.
Paige Fesky for 3. No good. Rebounded by Soares. Satongan still battling hard. And this game will finish with a 15-point San Diego win. 59-44, the Toreros. And now we have a delay. Why not? Why not stop the clock with the final seconds running down?
I believe they're trying to, well, they were going to get Barbara Satongan out as a senior, look like, but they're going to let her take the last shot. An interesting finish to that, but props to